Yeet. What's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy, the one J Osh, and we back with another video, man. Come on, man. Hype me up, man. So this video right here, I'm very fascinated with tornadoes. Alright? You know what I'm saying? The link to the original video gonna be in the description below. Like I said, we give credit to those who make videos. You know what I'm saying? We just react to them. Now, look here. This video right here is the tornado of the Reno tornado. Alright, it's the largest tornado supposedly in recorded history. Although I've seen a lot of titles that said that about tornadoes. So we're going to find out if it is or not. But I believe this tornado, if y'all seen the newest storm movie, the newest tornado movie that came out, Twister or Twisters, either way, it was inspired by an original movie called Twister that happened back in the day that I've watched before, but they revamped it into a newer version, and it was kind of inspired by this El Reno tornado. So, you know what I'm saying, that because if you, it's not really, well, I don't know if y'all can watch it. I don't want to spoil too much, but it basically is inspired by this tornado. All right, for the new movie, the Twisters, if y'all seen it. If you haven't, go watch it. It's cool. If you got a surround sound, it's probably better with that, you know, sound effects. I always say if you're gonna watch a storm movie, watch it in theaters because you'll feel the energy better. It don't hit the same you watching it on TV. You know what I'm saying? Or just watching it through a TV speaker, listening to a TV speaker. It's not the same. So if you want to watch it, you know what I'm saying, I would recommend having a surround sound for it. Honestly, your boy got his drink. We ready? This is mango, pineapple, peach, and strawberry. I think. Yeah, this my. It's called a Paradise Breeze smoothie. Yeah, with kiwi bobas. Yes. All right, we're gonna get into this thing, man. See what y'all think about this. Volume good. All right. Holy shit.
This is the largest tornado in recorded history.
Hell no. Hell no. 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 I'm so glad I don't live in a spot like a place near Tornado Alley, bruh. I don't know how y'all motherfuckers do it in the Midwest. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how y'all do it. Over there, Oklahoma. No. Over there, Oklahoma. Fucking. What's over there? Dakotas, all them places over there, Iowa, all that shit, man. I don't know how y'all do that shit, bro. I'm not, like I said, I'm not no geographer, but all y'all over there in the Midwest, fuck no, I can't do it. Nope, I'm good. You telling me this shit coming at me, motherfucker? Please, man, bro, say your prayers, say goodnight, cause what do you do? What do you do when you see this? Well, I'm assuming the people in the Midwest, y'all prepared for this shit, right? So, like, y'all probably got, like, shelters and shit. Bruh. Ain't no way.
Heading straight for storm chasers, desperately trying to escape. In just a couple of minutes, this monster would become one of the strongest, most infamous tornadoes in modern history.
Oh, hell no! Hell no! Hell no! Hell no!
But how did this happen? An EF5 tornado just went through Moore, Oklahoma.
Damn, see, what the fuck is that? Damn! They just got smoked! Moore, Oklahoma. Man, the only reason I know about Oklahoma, I only know about Norman, Oklahoma, because my boy Ice Trey. Shout out to Oklahoma, man. My prayers with y'all, bro. I don't know how y'all be dealing with this shit. How do y'all go through this shit? Y'all gotta have tornado insurance. It's gotta come with y'all house. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Multiple neighborhoods.
Ain't no way.
The large Oklahoma City metro is left in shock at the devastation. May is an active time for tornadoes
Ain't no way.
in Oklahoma, but nothing like this could have been predicted. One thing about the weather, though, is that it stops for no one. As the weather system responsible for the EF5 tornado fades to the east, a new system follows from behind. Forecasters notice a strong trough on weather models and note it will intensify over central Oklahoma as winds push from a region of high pressure to low pressure. A band of
These AI agents are amazing.
Have your agents call my agents. 'Cause that's what they say in
I
Hollywood.
might edit these ads out. It's starting to get annoying.
robust winds foster the wind shear needed for storms to form. The summer heat and strong moisture from the Gulf blend in these areas as well, giving the atmosphere every ingredient it would need for supercell thunderstorms. But still, not every supercell is a disaster.
It feels like South Florida. I gotta tell you, I mean, my hands have been sticky all day. It's just a ton of moisture in the atmosphere right now, and a couple of storms that have already begun to fire here. Gonna show them to you. Off to our north here, this is one that's gonna head toward, we believe, Cashin. You can see a well-delineated base to this. So we're gonna have to position ourselves in a way that lets those storms slide by us, where we can kind of avoid the larger hail cores, because they've already put down some big hail.
Hundreds, possibly thousands of chasers have chosen today to chase storms. I mean, it was perfect. Right in the middle of Tornado Alley, summer had just rolled around, and a huge tornado had just occurred in the exact same area, enticing chasers with the prospect of another potentially historic event,
nah.
with the risk directly situated.
That
in central
motherfucker big.
Oklahoma.
What
Storm
tornado was that?
chasers need
Damn, they got Oklahoma City in the middle of this bitch. What? Oh, hell no. Hell no.
needed a good place to sit and wait while still avoiding traffic from the huge Oklahoma City. To the west of the Oklahoma City metro, the town of Reno presented itself as the perfect target for chasers.
There you go.
I want to take a brief moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. There have been times in my life where I've struggled with severe anxiety and stress. For a while, I remember
Alright, get your money. If y'all need help, talk to somebody. Alright, carry on.
feeling realize how BetterHelp whatever covered and actually looked so real hours at betterhelp.com/month. Now back to the video.
Yeah.
With
thank
the
you.
El
Alright,
Reno
shout out
area
to Tornado
packed
TRX.
with chasers at 4:30
Get your money.
p.m. A blip on radar appears, and then a couple more. With the extreme instability present, or available energy in the atmosphere, these blips are quickly going to turn into monster supercells. Renowned storm chaser Tim
crazy.
Samaras tweets about the dangerous potential ahead. Storms now initiating south of Watauga along the triple point. Dangerous stay ahead.
Damn, 2013. Man, it's 2025. That was 12 years ago. Well, damn.
Head for Oklahoma.
Oh,
Stay
we getting
weather
old,
savvy.
people.
Tim is chasing with his group, Twistex. His son, Paul Samaras, and a close colleague of his named Carl Young accompany him as part of the team. Their goal? Get life-saving data of tornadoes using instruments like pressure probes.
Shout out to
In
Twistex.
fact, back in 2003, Tim had set the world record for the lowest pressure drop ever recorded in a tornado, and he was out there to do it again, risking his life for the safety of those around him. By 5 p.m., many of the cells are spinning and producing massive hail. This would be the start of the storm's dangerous behavior. It's not long until they begin
Shout
to
out to Tim.
merge into one giant complex, with the southernmost storm becoming dominant. This dominance allows it to tap into atmospheric ingredients
Oh,
more
shit.
efficiently and spin tighter than the others. Rapid rotation encompasses the base of the storm, and a large wall
Damn.
cloud forms. This wall cloud highlights the mesocyclone of the storm, essentially the portion capable of producing a tornado.
Right here, we're just south, about 2 miles, and maybe a mile west of El Reno.
Look how big that fucking cloud is, bro. Just spinning. Hell no.
At 6:01 p.m., the first report of a tornado appears. When exactly this tornado
6:01?
actually touched down, however, is a little murky, as the actual base of the storm is enormous. Instead of a thin funnel emerging from the spinning clouds,
You can't even see
dust
that shit.
began to swirl randomly underneath the entire storm. While
Holy
currently
shit.
weak, it's obvious that something big is about to happen.
You can't
It's
even
just
see
a
that
matter
shit.
of when. At 6:03, a small funnel stretches to the ground before lifting back in the air.
Okay, guys, I think that's going close.
It's down. Down right behind the trees.
On the ground.
Another small funnel on the ground.
That look like a whole bunch of
We
fucking
got
funnels.
multiple
I don't know.
vortexes.
Oh yeah, no, that's a funnel. That bit big as hell.
It's moving away from us. We're good. We are in a perfect
What about
spot.
Leggy?
This is our first look at what is called a sub-vortex. You see, tornadoes are not exactly one single spiral into the air, but
Man.
rather multiple strong vortices of wind
no
spinning
way.
around a common center. Typically, these vortices are so close and similar in strength that they appear as one. But in this storm, the area of rotation is so large and has so much energy. These sub-vortices appear erratically and discretely under the base. Multiple smaller circulations converge and morph towards one main tornadic circulation, and the entire beast sways around unpredictably. If this isn't already confusing enough,
Bro.
the situation becomes more erratic as
Why like it's
instances
multiple?
of twins to even quadruplet tornadoes occur.
What the fuck?
Storm is currently moving at a moderate
Quadruplets?
20 miles
Oh,
per
hell
hour
nah,
to
bro.
the
So
southeast.
basically-
remember this number.
So basically, don't get nowhere near this fucking shit. Is what you telling me? That don't go nowhere near. How you gonna storm chase? You can't be nowhere near that bitch. You gotta be on the outside of the fucking storm, bro. You telling me fucking 4 tornadoes can drop from this bitch? Man, I ain't going nowhere near that shit if I'm a storm chaser. Y'all tripping.
For later.
Tripping.
To the southeast of the storm, a tornado touring group called Tempest Tours, with multiple visitors, are watching the tornado. Mesmerized by
Bro,
it,
why
the
y'all
group
right
seems
in the
to be
path?
aware of how close the actual tornado is, as the small subvortices dance around in random directions. In fact, the edge of the circulation is less than 3 minutes from them.
It should go like.
Bro, I'm saying y'all know y'all right near that bitch, right?
I gotta go.
Y'all too close.
The tour leader is
Y'all too
watching
close.
the increasingly erratic vortices carefully. He expects
Oh, yeah,
to see
shout
the
out to
tornado
DoorDash. That's
moving
where I got this
from
from.
left to right, which would indicate the tornado is moving from west to east, the expected direction of motion. Instead, they see no motion. That's when they realize something terrifying. The tornado is moving directly
Right at them.
towards the tour group. The
Y'all
tour leader
tripping.
immediately honks his horn to get the group back in the van.
Look
At
at
this
all them
moment, they have
motherfuckers up
less
there
than
with their
60
cars, man. Look at all them
seconds to get
motherfuckers up there
out
with
of
their cars.
the tornado's path.
Nope. Man, get the fuck on. Fuck them.
Get in now. Get in now.
You better run flat forward, get in my car.
Shut that door.
The tour group members jump into the vans, and the convoy bombs southwards to escape the tornado's path. Fortunately, they are able to outrun the vortex, a rare occurrence in comparison to others. The majority of chasers have positioned themselves to the
Hell
south
no.
of the tornado. This is because, again, the tornado should be moving to the northeast, but because of the sudden southeast motion, they find themselves scrambling to get out of the way of the powerful circulation. Due to the hundreds of chasers, mobility is severely hindered as traffic jams begin to form. The hype caused by the active season has caused a backlog of chasers.
God
each
damn, how
to
many
get
of
as
you
close to the
motherfuckers are out
tornado
there to
as
see that
possible.
shit?
This is a grave mistake, as that decision, combined with the erratic motion and structure of the tornado, is creating one of the most dangerous environments around a tornado possible. Due east of the tornado
Ain't no way.
at 6:09 p.m.
Y'all gonna move out my
storm
motherfucking
chasers
way. I'm
Brett
going around
Wright and
everybody.
Brandon Sullivan are watching the tornado only 3,000 yards away. The chaotic movement of the subvortices make it difficult to determine the movement of the tornado, but they assume the tornado is headed east to northeast,
You better
which
pray.
would be essentially directly for them. Analyzing the situation, they decide the smartest possible thing to do would be to drive south, but this is a freak tornado, and the decision would place them in a deadly situation as winds begin to batter the vehicle.
Oh, fuck no.
Gosh. Debris!
No.
The whole thing's coming up. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Up for you.
Keep going, Andre. Keep going. Keep going. Why is this guy stopping?
Watch that truck.
Oh, shit. They die? Them motherfuckers got caught by that shit.
Confused as to why they waited until the tornado was so close to them.
Exactly. What you doing?
Almost killed the tour group has struck again, making the motion
Motherfucker,
seem much
what
less
y'all-
direct
oh my
than
God,
usual.
look how big
The
that
wet
shit is.
roads and gusting winds mean their car is limited to max 40 miles
And
per hour.
bro, that's the fucking diameter of that bit, bro. Look how wide that shit is. That's not even a fucking core. So you're not even getting hit by the strongest part of that bitch. Oh, nah.
A speed which is not at all fast enough to escape the massive growing wind field. As the strongest inflow winds feeding into the tornado
They made it
strike
up.
them, a nearby farmhouse is torn apart, pelting their car with debris and shattering the windshield. They are just barely able to keep moving though, escaping the tornado.
Motherfucker,
in less
I'm
than
anxiety
30
drinking
seconds.
or like
At the
fucking.
same moment, exactly 1 mile north of Wright and Sullivan, the Twistex group is turning east onto Reno Road. Right now, the team is trying to get in the path of the intensifying tornado
Hey,
by
tripping.
paralleling the tornado from the
Twistex,
north.
what are y'all
Their
doing,
hope
bro?
is to outrace it,
Y'all
allowing
supposed to
them
be
to drive
professionals.
south ahead of it. As they follow the tornado,
Oh,
they
no.
no longer see
Nah.
a
Nah, bruh.
collection of sub-vortices like earlier, but instead a giant wedge. A tornado that's wider than it is tall.
You can't
This
even
doesn't
see that
mean
shit.
there
You
aren't
can't even
extreme
tell how big it is.
sub-vortices, though.
It's-
In fact, they are just hidden inside the dust and debris. The only way to see where the sub-vortices are now would be by actually looking inside the storm, which is precisely what the crew in control of a mobile radar truck are doing. What they observe is very rare. For most normal tornadoes,
Bro, look
the
at that
rotating core of the storm will exact its power into a single point. But here, the mesocyclone is so powerful, multiple distinct rotations are forming within the circulation. The wind speeds and erratic motion are alarming to the people inside the radar truck. Less than half a mile behind the Twistex crew, Reed Timmer and Team Dominator are also following the tornado. Storm chaser Ray Bohack
At least
is
they
filming from
behind it.
within one of the team's 3 storm chasing vehicles.
At
Dominator
least they behind it. These fools trying to cut it off. So you could drop some probes and shit, man. Fuck them probes, dude. You gotta know what tornadoes to fuck with and what tornadoes not to. That shit, bro, you can't even see it. It's too damn big. Man. No, bro.
1, he captures the monster in front of them.
Nah, bro. Nope. Nope. Absolutely not.
The massive wedge tornado can be seen in the center of the screen, with Team Twistex just up ahead.
Look, it about to get swallowed.
Unknown to the team though, they're in a very dangerous location.
Reading them need to stop. Look at that. There's other multiple vortices around this big bitch. No, bro. There's multiple tornadoes surrounding the big one. Y'all crazy as hell. This the tornado of death.
The radar truck records another vortex form over the El Reno airport. This vortex sweeps just behind the team.
Oh my
and
God.
Suddenly, another vortex forms further
Bro.
Life
Bro,
insurance
bump these ads, bro.
that fits
They
your
getting
budget.
cut out.
to the southwest side of the wedge. Within the storm,
skipping the
there are
math,
now
bro.
3 or
Stop.
more visible vortices rotating around each other. The radar truck crew observes how the formation of these
Nah,
new
bro.
tornadoes causes some crazy, unpredictable behavior. Here, the main wedge is pulled north by the forming vortex.
Oh, that shit
plunging
turned
towards
past.
Reno Road towards the Twistex crew.
Oh, and they go drive
His
into this
vehicle,
shit. No.
Samaras has a video camera
No.
and is capturing the encounter. While the footage they recorded is lost,
Stop.
the dialogue of the 3 crew members has been transcribed. Carl Young urges Tim to continue east to get ahead of the tornado.
We could pass it right now, Tim. It's no problem. Really. I mean, I have a clear shot.
But Tim realizes something's wrong.
We've got debris in the air. That's the problem.
As the wedge curves towards them, the outer bands begin to impact them, pelting the car with debris.
We've got to turn to the north. That's good. We're gonna follow it around to the north and get out of here.
They turn north onto Reformatory Road,
Oh, thank
battling
God.
70-mile-per-hour winds feeding into the tornado.
Thank
While
God.
this is happening, a civilian named Richard Henderson is also on Reno Road, just ahead
Yo!
of the trucks. He had watched the tornado touch down 10 minutes prior, where he had snapped an image of the forming tornado on his
Richard.
cell phone to send to a friend. Before he made a phone call, Henderson says,
I'm having fun. I'm riding around chasing storms.
This motherfucker having fun. He having fun. Man, what? Bro, you about to drive into this shit, dude. Man. Ain't no way, bro.
Henderson's friend expressed concern.
You better stop doing that.
But Henderson
You got a good friend? That's a good fucking friend. That's a good fucking friend. If any of y'all got friends like this that's telling you when you fucking wrong, that's a good fucking friend.
kept chasing, continuing east on Reno
Bro.
Road. When the tornado made its launch north, Henderson kept pushing eastwards.
Dude,
the friend
no.
recalls hearing popping noises as debris hit Henderson's car.
No.
Soon, the call went dead. If the wedge keeps going north, both Twistex and Henderson won't just be hit by debris, but be directly struck by the violent tornado. In some
Henderson,
miracle,
no.
the wedge decides to make a complete loop and begins to head south again. This sudden loop allowed Twistex to escape north. where
Oh
they
my
can turn
God,
west
Henderson.
onto 10th.
Henderson, you got lucky, buddy. You got lucky, buddy. Are you serious? That motherfucker hit a U-turn on you. You so damn lucky, bro. This man don't know how lucky he was, bro. Twistex got lucky, but they had a good guy. That man was smart turning off on that. So
10th Street to make another attempt
Bro.
at safely intercepting the tornado. The dark mass now deviates slightly to the east, and with this change in path, a change in speed. The tornado is no longer moving at the reasonable 20 miles per hour from the beginning of its life. Now, it's racing eastwards at more than 50 miles per hour.
That bitch
Any
moving
chaser
fast,
east of the
too.
tornado now suddenly finds themselves escaping a deadly situation. There's
Bro.
a huge issue though. There are now potentially hundreds of chasers clogging the wet dirt roads,
Oh my
making it
God.
practically
You
impossible
goofy
to get off
motherfuckers,
the
man.
One
Move.
chaser who finds himself stuck in the chaser traffic jam is Skip Talbot. He's in a group of chasers watching the storm approach from the intersection of 15th and Country Club
Oh,
Road.
no,
Up until
Skip.
now, dust has obscured the tornado from
Skip,
sight.
get the fuck
except
out of there, bro.
when lightning strikes briefly, illuminating the approaching circulation from behind. But even as the tornado closes,
on, Skip.
the heavy rain hides the chaotic Ferris wheel of vortices from sight. The group stays, waiting to gain a visual on the tornado. After all, the tornado is still about 2 miles away, but gradually, Talbot notices something unusual. He watches as the rain curtains sweep from left to right at increasingly fast speeds. The rain must be rushing around at more than 100 miles per hour. This triggers a sudden epiphany. The rain is the tornado. The entire area is starting to gain tornadic winds. The group makes the smart decision to scramble east. As they turn onto 15th
buddy.
Street, they join a bumper-to-bumper line of chasers, all running for their lives. Not everyone in this line is a chaser though. A couple minutes before, local resident Billy O'Neill and his son-in-law Jose Bonilla are watching the approaching tornado.
What the fuck are y'all doing?
To get into the neighbor's storm cellar, but he's too claustrophobic. Because of this, the pair decide to try and outrun the tornado in their car. They drive south towards 15th Street, where they see the line of chasers fleeing the approaching funnel. O'Neill stops and waves on the chasers, even as the tornado approaches closer and closer. Eventually, the last car passes, and they're able to turn onto 15th Street. But the
Oh my
tornado
God.
is moving way too fast.
Bro.
Unfortunately, there's no chance of escape. Ahead of them, they see a pickup truck turn south onto a dirt road. Inside is the driver, Dustin Heath Bridges, and passenger, Wyatt Mindeman. They have both been caught in the storm whilst heading towards the nearby town of Yukon. O'Neill follows them in a last-ditch attempt to get out of the tornado's path. It's too late though. Power lines are brought down onto Bridges' truck, trapping both cars as the tornado overtakes them. All the windows blew out. We started rolling. It was like slow motion. Both cars roll at least 150 yards before they come to a stop, right side up on a completely different road. Bonilla climbs out of their door and hears screaming from Bridges' pickup. He runs over to find Bridges hanging out at the door by his seatbelt. Mindeman is sat with a crushed leg, unable to help him. Bonilla rushes back to O'Neill to get help, but when he arrives, he realizes O'Neill has passed away. Bonilla grabs a piece of broken glass to cut Bridges free from his seatbelt. Paramedics soon descend on the scene, but when they arrive, Bridges has gone unresponsive. He and O'Neill are pronounced dead at the scene. The first deaths attributed to the tornado. 1 mile north on Reno Road, there is another line of chasers fleeing eastwards. The last person in this traffic is the previously mentioned Richard Henderson. Henderson was able...
Bro, and it's not even like, bro, with tornadoes, bro, I know it's not even just about like the winds and like, you know, getting sucked up and all that shit, bro. It's the debris. Bro, you got debris flying at hundreds of miles an hour, bro. Your head can come off. Like, the debris is what gets people probably most of the time. Like, man, bro. That sucks.
able to make ground on the tornado when it looped behind him, but now it's closing on him again. the crowd of vehicles
this man
now
Henderson,
converge
bro.
on Highway 81, a major
These
road
fools still be
running north
trying to get in
south.
front of this
Here,
damn thing, bro. How
many
about you just
chasers
record it
make
while I
a
was going
life
away?
or death decision, continue east and hope they can outrun the tornado on the dirt roads, or turn south onto Highway 81
Please
and
don't
hope they can
turn
outrun the
south.
tornado before it hits them.
No.
Skip Talbot and Richard Henderson make the decision to continue fleeing east.
Okay.
At the same time, half a mile
Okay,
north
thank
of
God.
Henderson, a group of chasers from the Weather Channel are about to make a different decision. A decision that may be the biggest mistake of their lives. The Weather Channel team is made up of 3 vehicles. The lead vehicle is driven by
And that Mike
Kevin
Betts dude was the
Parrish,
dude
which
that
is
was
then
reporting
followed
it
by a
earlier,
vehicle
or
named
reporting like the cell
Bettsmobile
coming in.
because it is operated by Mike Betts, a Weather Channel reporter, Betts producer Austin Anderson, and a cameraman named Brad Reynolds. Also
Bro, this junk's
accompanying him.
intense,
The
bro.
convoy
You're not
stops
even
just
watching
north
it
of
happen.
Reno
Like,
Road,
you're
so
just like
Betts can make a
knowing
live
shit's about to go
broadcast
down.
as the tornado approaches from the southwest.
All right, that's Simon Brewer, one of the storm riders, and I think we're trying to get a hold of Mike Bettis.
There's definitely some 2013
He's
footage.
out there in the field. I believe this is the Mike shot here.
Some 2013 footage for sure.
Airwick
Good
Essential
Lord, ain't
Mist
nothing
Diffusers
HD.
perfectly portable, quick change fragrances make any space fragrant and inviting.
You're never gonna guess what happened. Dex put a hit on me. I took a bullet.
Shout out to you, Nintendo.
Hey, Mike,
All right.
I think he's just now
Well, he's
plugging
got a
in.
tornado behind him.
Yeah, Mike, can you hear us?
Guys, that's it. Right there.
Yeah.
There's the
We-
tornado. We are just
Mike,
now
we see it.
just north of Union City, south of El Reno, south of I-40. Cops have blocked off 81 at this point, and not letting traffic go southbound because the path of the tornado could come right over top of Union City or pass very close to it. Look at
Oh
that
my God.
monster. This is a huge tornado. If you live in Union City, south of El Reno,
Dude.
you have to take shelter. We may actually quickly try to get in our cars and get south of this. That'd be the safest place to do that. I think we have to go now in order to stay ahead of this and not get run over by it. So guys, I think we're gonna get back in our cars. We're gonna try to keep our cameras on top of this, and we're gonna roll just to stay safe, okay?
Oh, my
We're back
goodness.
with you in just a minute, but huge,
Bro,
violent
that junk
tornado
is
right now
huge.
approaching Union City, south of El Reno, Oklahoma.
Bro, this what y'all need to understand, bro. If it looks that big from that far away, when that shit's on you, you're fucked. Like, there ain't no, hey, what does it look like? How big is it? No, bro. It's there
The
already.
decision to drive
It's
south
over.
seems like a reasonable
Like,
idea. To
you
the
don't
north
wanna be
and
that
west,
close. If it's that big from that far-
record-sized hail is falling. Traveling east would keep them in the potential path of the tornado, so booking it south towards clear air is by far the most appealing option. Sadly, once again, illusions hide the danger they're about to put themselves in. You see, the tornado is so large, it seems like it's barely moving yet again. But again,
Motherfucker.
when a tornado doesn't appear to be moving, usually it's
coming
moving
straight
towards
at
you. This illusion likely makes the team believe they are directly in the path,
Dude.
prompting the Weather Channel convoy to
Dude.
head south rather than stay put.
Dude.
The truth is, the tornado is now racing due east at 55 miles per hour.
Holy
But it's
shit.
not just moving at 55 miles per hour, because as well as this, the tornado's size is expanding faster now than any tornado in history. In less than 60 seconds, the wind field expands from 1 mile to 2 miles in width.
Holy
This
shit,
means
this
the
shit got
tornado
bigger.
is literally expanding towards Highway 81 at 30 miles per hour. Combining these values, the tornado's forward speed is coming directly at them at over 80 miles per hour. As the convoy begins to
Oh
drive
my
south,
God.
they quickly realize their mistake.
Mike.
The rain begins to clear, once again exposing the erratic multi-vortex
see
core.
it,
The
dude.
funnel
Look
is
how-
smaller in size now, but the contraction of the core has actually made the winds stronger.
Everything
Aerial
around is
imagery
so
from
big.
after the
Look
tornado
at that shit.
shows the path of scouring the tornado was creating at this time. But even though the funnel is nearly a mile away, the wind field is beginning to cross the highway ahead of them. They pick up speed, traveling south at over 70 miles per hour, but still, the tornado is outpacing them. Parrish watches as dozens of vortices sweep towards them. It's now less than 300 yards away. Winds into the storm suddenly spike to more than 120 miles per hour,
That shit
lifting
about to hit
and
them head
slamming
on.
his car into the central divider before sucking it into the roadside ditch. Behind him, Betts is filming.
Hold on, brothers. Hold on. Everybody just go. Just keep it going if you can. Keep going.
Parrish can be seen in the ditch just before the winds of the Bettsmobile are smashed in as the core passes directly overhead.
Everybody duck down. Everybody duck down.
Oh shit!
Bet's camera is ejected from a window upon impact, but continues filming. The Betsmobile can be seen rolling away, with the 3 occupants still inside. To the north, a separate tour group operated by Randy Walton is attempting to navigate through the traffic jam of chasers on Reno Road. Their tour group is about 30 seconds ahead of Henderson, but instead of continuing east like Henderson, they turn north. 50 seconds later, they approach the intersection of Highway 81 and a road named Reuter Road. At this exact same time, the Twistex crew is now approaching Highway 81. Neither Twistex nor Henderson are aware of the incredible speeds at which the tornado has expanded eastwards. Tim says,
"We're probably gonna have to cross 81 if this road is good, and then try and drop down if we got some viable roads."
They pull up behind a Toyota Yaris. The driver is storm chaser Dan Robinson. Robinson has a rear dash cam rolling, filming Twistex right behind him. Robinson looks south and also sees the tornado crossing the highway. This convinces him to continue east onto Reuter Road.
Shout out to Dan.
Twistex decides the same. Randy Walton records Robinson's Yaris crossing 81, followed by the Twistex crew's white Chevrolet Cobalt. Walton and his group would have no clue they were recording the last moments of the Twistex crew. Thinking quickly.
Wait, what? No! What you mean the last moments? No! No!
Also decides to turn onto Reuter behind them.
Right on 81. Yeah.
Man, these ads, bro.
Copy.
No. Bro.
Copy.
Bro.
Go to the highway, back where we came from, and go keep going where we're going. Turn around. 10-4, turn around, and then we're gonna go back exactly where we were just going.
Smart.
This decision to turn around, without a doubt, saved their lives.
Shout!
But Dan and Twistex are continuing down Reuter.
Oh no!
Henderson
Shout out
is
to the
still
person that
stuck
told him to
behind
turn
the line of
around, bro.
chasers on Reno Road.
No.
After the powerful core strikes the Weather Channel convoy,
No.
it begins to do something that no chaser was expecting. It begins to move north. The heavy rain is not only slowing down the line of chasers in front of him, but it's also completely obscuring the tornado that's rapidly approaching him. As far as he's aware, the tornado is still a mile to his south, where he last spotted it. But in an instant, the winds begin to roar and debris begins to pelt his vehicle. There is quite literally no time to react to what's happening, as the tornado roars just behind him, east of the intersection of Alpheldale and Reno Roads.
No.
His car is lifted and flung off the side of the road. He disappears into the darkness. Emily Sutton, a chaser just ahead of Robinson, films the core once again revealing itself. The funnel is a stovepipe shape, no more than 250 yards wide.
My dog tweaking out. He knows what the fuck going on.
Is still growing. To the north, Twistex still
Prince
can't see the
shit.
tornado. Heavy rain to their south means it's essentially invisible.
Even Prince knows this shit a bad idea.
Is impossible. They can only assume it's continuing eastwards.
This thing is moving 40 miles an hour, 30 to 40 miles an hour to the east.
Tim is likely guessing here, as the tornado is much closer and moving much faster. As the rain begins to clear, it's hard to discern what exactly is to their south.
Nah, bro.
No, I see it. Well, maybe I don't.
Tim looks up the road. Dan Robinson's car is just ahead, and rain bands begin to sweep towards the road. He glances back towards the massive rain, where the funnel is beginning to reveal itself. The air around him grows, quote, eerily calm.
There's no rain here. Actually, I think we're in a bad spot.
These are the last words that we verifiably have of the Twistex crew before the camera recording cuts off.
No.
It had used all of its storage, but at this point, the tornado is 90 seconds away. Robinson's rear dashcam continues to capture the white Chevy Cobalt. He also begins to realize what's happening.
No.
What is that? What is that? It looks like the tornado. The car won't go. I've got to get out of whatever this is. The car just isn't going.
Twistex's Chevy, with less power than Robinson's Toyota, falls behind him. The rear dashcam captures the car disappearing from a pair of headlights to a single speck of light. And soon, the tiny speck of light is extinguished. The wall of darkness has consumed the road. Oklahoma Highway Patrol Officer Betsy Randolph is nearby and is listening to her radio.
Oh, that bitch circled around them.
We're going to die. We're going to die. The transmission went dead immediately afterwards. It is believed that this transmission was from the Twistex vehicle as the main circulation overtook their car. By the time Robinson pulls clear of the tornado, it has grown to its full width, an incredible 2.6 miles wide. The rain has fully cleared, and now the inner mechanisms of the disgusting monster can be seen. Huge sub-vortices sweep around at incredible speeds. The mobile radar truck from earlier has paralleled the tornado to the north on Interstate 40 and is watching the tornado approach. As the radar scans the tornado, they record something incredible. Inside the circulation, wind speeds of 296 miles per hour, the second highest wind speeds ever, are measured. Moments later.
Bro, you dead. Man, fuck, bro. Twistex. Bro, so what? So what's that? 5 people dead? Now? Damn, man. And RIP to Twistex, bro. That's tough.
A satellite tornado arcs around the south side of the main one with a ground speed of 175 miles per hour. This is the highest forward speed ever recorded for a tornado. Within minutes, this tornado has come close to or has broken numerous records. It continues moving northeast, forcing the radar team to begin to flee east on I-40. But here, they realize the magnitude of the disaster that is about to unfold. I-40 is a major highway that is packed with civilians and storm chasers alike. An EF5 strength tornado with winds approaching 300 miles per hour here could kill hundreds. Worse yet, if the tornado continues to track east, it will enter Oklahoma City. Panic begins to ensue in the Oklahoma City metro area. Residents haven't even begun to clean up from the EF5 and more the week before, and now an even larger storm is closing in on the city.
Oh my God.
The panic only worsens the mob of cars congesting the interstate. But even when the situation seems like it couldn't get any worse, the lead newscaster for the Metro, Mike Morgan, says this live on air.
Need to be, if you're gonna go south right now, if you don't feel safe, go south. Get out of its way. Reed Timmer is on that. Reed, what do you have?
This dire language prompts tens of thousands more to attempt to flee the area towards the south, bringing the area's already heavily congested traffic to a complete standstill. Thousands are now stuck in the path of this massive, violent tornado. Its erratic movement means forecasters have no idea what it's about to do next. If it continues eastward, it will follow I-40, where hundreds of cars are stuck. The outcome of a violent tornado hitting this traffic jam could be a death toll in the hundreds. The tornado is once again hidden by rain as it approaches I-40. Sub-vortices still sweep around the main circulation.
Well, at least it didn't go to fucking
a small neighborhood of homes. Fortunately, the fast-forward speed of the sub-vortex spares total destruction of the area. As the tornado crosses I-40,
at least
it
didn't.
loops before
Oh
heading
shit!
due
It's going that way.
Following the interstate, hundreds of cars and structures are now in the path.
I was just
Beyond
about
the
to say,
interstate,
hey, at
the
least it's
densely
not going
populated
to Oklahoma
suburbs
City no
of the
more now.
Oklahoma City Metro are now in direct sight. It's not long until chaos begins to
smaller.
ensue on the interstate. Numerous 18-wheeler trucks were toppled. People's cars were picked up and rolled, and while many were able to survive, this luck would not last. Maria Martin, her husband, and their 3 children had pulled over their minivan onto the side of the interstate, hoping the tornado would pass by. Only the husband and 2 of the children were still inside the vehicle, injured but alive. Maria and her 17-day-old baby passed away, just as the core of the tornado inches near the highway.
No. So that's 7. A 17-month-old baby, bro. Oh my God, man. Your wife and your fucking baby just died. That shit hit me different, bro, cause I'm about to have a kid. Like, bruh. Oh, man. Fuck. Damn. That sucks. That just, I don't.
Circulation begins to become increasingly messy, and it's weakening.
God.
Within a couple of seconds, the tornado would disappear into nothing.
Oh.
As the storm passes, Law enforcement and chasers comb over the damage path, racing nightfall to try and help those affected by the tornado. Fortunately, no structures were hit by the strongest winds in the tornado. If they had, EF5 damage could have easily been inflicted and more people could have died. But the real tragedies that occurred during the tornado were in vehicles. Along Highway 81 and I-40, dozens of cars have been flipped or rolled, but so far, no deaths have been reported. Canadian County Sheriff's Deputy Doug Green is one of the people assisting in search and rescue. He drives down Reuter Road when he spies something in a canola patch. He approaches the mangled heap of metal to find the body of Tim Samaras. By the next morning, the bodies of Paul Samaras and Carl Young will also be recovered after they are found ejected from the vehicle. Soon, Richard Henderson is also added to the list of fatalities attributed to the tornado. making the official death toll 8. Before today, no tornado had ever killed a storm chaser, but this one alone had killed 4, including a veteran chase group. Tim Samaras was well respected in the chase community, and although his work involved venturing close to one of the most dangerous places on the surface of the planet, he was regarded as someone who always put safety first. But the record-breaking and erratic nature of this tornado meant that no chaser was safe, and has become a historic footnote in how little we understand about the behavior of tornadoes.
Man, bro. Bro, ain't nobody pop, bro. Ain't nobody play you, bro. Bridge Creek? Hold on, fuck, we got a lot of shit we could watch. Man, bro. Man. R.I.P. to Tim and them, bro, and Twistex, bro. R.I.P. to that mama and that baby. R.I.P. to, what was his name, Henderson? I don't want to get it wrong.
Vehicle. Soon, Richard Henderson is also
R.I.P. to Henderson. Man, bro. That's tough, bro. Nah, that tornado was fucking crazy, dude. That motherfucker was doing circles and shit and doing U-turns and left, rights on people, bro. That motherfucker was so unpredictable. Oh, man. I'm about to do another video. Fucking right now. I'm gonna do another. Should I do the Bridge Creek? Should I do, or more? Maybe I should do more since that one just had fucking swept through. I'll do more next. Shout out to Tornado TRX, bruh. Yeah, man. It's your boy J.O. And I'm out.